Okay, let's be real for a second. Double cleansing is only good if your face actually feels clean and calm after both steps. If the first step leaves a greasy residue and the second step makes your skin feel so tight it might crack when you smile, that is not a better routine. That is just more cleansing. And more cleansing does not automatically equal better skin. Right now, the 2026 Korean skincare market is completely flooded with cleansing balms, cleansing oils, and a million different types of second-step foams. But the Kiero duo is interesting as a case study today because it pairs a classic balm with a powder enzyme cleanser. That specific combination means I have to judge it very carefully. We have to look at removal power first and then skin comfort second. Before we even look at specific products, we need to establish the rules. I judge a first cleanser and a second cleanser completely differently. Those are different tests. For the first cleanse, the balm or the oil, I judge it by slip, makeup breakdown speed, sunscreen removal, and residue. Emulsification is the key word here. When you add water, does the balm instantly turn milky and rinse away, or does it cling to your skin like candle wax? For the second cleanser, the gel, the foam, or the powder, I judge it by foam quality, rinse feel, and the 10-minute test. What is the 10-minute test? You wash your face, pat it dry, and put absolutely nothing on it for 10 minutes. How does your skin feel? If it feels perfectly fine, you have a winner. If it feels tight, itchy, or stripped, that cleanser is too harsh for you. Let's talk about the first cleanse. The whole point of a cleansing balm is that it should melt fast enough that you do not have to tug at your skin. I like a balm over liquid oil for sunscreen and heavy makeup because it gives you time to actually massage the product in without it running down your elbows. You scoop it out, you warm it up in dry hands, and you massage it over dry skin. The oils in the balm attract the oils in your makeup, your sebum, and your water-resistant SPF. But here is the catch. If a balm leaves a waxy film behind after you rinse it with water, you have a problem. When a balm doesn't emulsify well, you usually end up using a much harsher, stripping second cleanse to compensate and get that film off. If we look at the market right now, the popular balm category is extremely crowded, but they basically fall into a few specific lanes. First, you have the sherbet balms. Think of the classic Banila Co. style lane. These are great for daily use, they smell nice, they melt quickly, but depending on the formulation, some people find they leave a tiny bit of a film. Then you have the all-in-one style balms, like the Heimish lane. These are usually formulated to be heavily emulsifying, meaning they turn very milky and rinse off almost completely bare. Then you have the richer, heavy-duty makeup balms, like the Beauty of Joseon style lane. These have a thicker, oilier cushion to them. They are incredible for melting down waterproof mascara, heavy foundation, and liquid lipsticks, but they require a bit more patience to rinse off. And finally, you have lightweight daily balms. Now, let's talk about the second cleanse, specifically looking at powder enzyme cleansers. A powder enzyme cleanser is interesting because it can feel like a cleanser and a texture step at the exact same time. Unlike a standard water-based gel or foam, a powder cleanser is activated in your hands with water. The brand lists enzymes, usually things like papaya or pineapple extracts, which are meant to gently break down dead skin cells on the surface. That can be incredibly useful if you deal with dullness or rough texture. But, and this is a huge but, it also means I would not automatically use an enzyme cleanser twice a day every single day. If your skin already feels smooth, balanced, and happy, throwing more exfoliating energy at it is not always better. You have to treat an enzyme powder with a little bit of respect. So, how do we actually apply all of this? The practical test for a double cleanse comes down to 3 very specific situations. I call this the routine split. Situation 1, the heavy makeup day. You have foundation, concealer, waterproof eyeliner, setting spray, the works. For heavy makeup, I want the balm to give enough cushion that I am not pulling at my skin. I need a rich texture that gives me slip for at least 60 seconds of massaging. Situation 2, the sunscreen only day. You just wore your daily SPF and maybe a little tinted lip balm. For sunscreen-only days, I don't need a heavy-duty makeup melter. I care way more about whether the balm rinses clean quickly. I want something lightweight that gets the SPF off without leaving an oily residue. Situation 3, the no makeup, oily skin day. And of course, your skin type completely changes what you should be looking for. For oily skin, residue is the absolute deal breaker. If your skin is oily, a balm that leaves a soft, moisturizing film may feel like you never fully washed it off, and it might make you panic about breakouts. You want an all-clean style balm that rinses bare. For dry skin, tightness is the deal breaker. If your skin is dry, that exact same soft film might actually feel comforting and protective. For sensitive-looking skin, fragrance and over-cleansing are the ultimate deal breakers. You want minimal friction, no essential oils if you react to them, and a very low pH, gentle second cleanse. For heavy makeup wearers, breakdown speed matters more than anything else. You want the balm to dissolve the glue in your lashes and the pigment in your foundation immediately. Before we get to the final verdicts, we need to talk about the single biggest mistake people make with double cleansing. The biggest mistake is using the second cleanse to fix a bad first cleanse. If your cleansing balm is cheap, heavy, and not rinsing well with water, do not punish your face by following it up with a harsh, stripping, high pH foaming cleanser just to scrape the wax off. That is a recipe for a damaged skin barrier. If your balm leaves too much residue for your liking, change the first step. Find a balm that emulsifies better or literally just use less product. Your second cleanser should be gentle. If you are relying on it to do the heavy lifting of removing your cleansing balm, your routine is broken. Okay, let's do the final verdicts and put these products into their proper lanes. My recommendation is not one perfect double cleanse for every single human. It is a routine split based on what you actually need. For the best heavy makeup lane, I would pick a richer balm, something like the Beauty of Joseon style that gives you maximum slip and heavy-duty breakdown power for stubborn waterproof makeup. For the best daily SPF lane, I would pick a lightweight balm. This is exactly where the Kiero Comfort Cleansing Balm makes sense. If you want a first cleanse specifically to break down daily sunscreen and light everyday makeup without feeling incredibly heavy, this fits the lightweight balm profile. It gives you the melt without the massive weight. For the best texture support lane, I would pick an enzyme cleanser. This is where the Kiero Refining Enzyme Cleanser sits. At the end of the day, cleansing should match the day you actually had. If you wear makeup or if you wear water-resistant sunscreen, double cleansing absolutely makes sense. It is the most efficient way to get that film off your face. But if you barely wore anything, you stayed inside, and your skin is leaning dry, you may not need the full two-step ritual every single night. Look at your skin, look at what you put on it that morning, and adjust. Use the balm strength that matches your day. Then choose a second cleanse that leaves your skin comfortable, not squeaky. I want to know where your routine is failing right now. Tell me in the comments if your biggest cleansing problem is oily residue, tightness after washing, or getting breakouts specifically after you cleanse. Those are 3 completely different issues, and honestly, those are 3 different comparison videos I could make. Subscribe if you want more no-nonsense skincare breakdowns, and I will see you in the next one.